Oh, so, boom! And just like that, he was live. So it's Saturday lunchtime, and I'm out amongst the masked sheep, out amongst the masked hordes. And as you can see, I ain't wearing no mask, in line with government regulations, of course. Now then, I just wanted to briefly talk to you folks about a couple of things. First of all, we've got the elections coming up next week. The local elections, the Welsh Assembly elections, Scottish Parliament elections. Ooh, it's so exciting, isn't it? All those elections. And what's your choice? Well, if you live in England, you can choose between the Conservative Party, which has locked you down for over a year, removed most of your freedoms, crushed business, destroyed jobs, racked up massive debt. So you got them to vote for. Or you've got Labour, which wishes that the Tory party had locked you down harder and locked you down sooner, thus causing even more devastation. That's your choice. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. You'd need to be very dumb to vote for either of them, generally speaking. And I know people say, yeah, but if we don't vote for our lot, the other lot will get in. Well, so bloody what? Can't you see, if you vote for the same, you're going to get more of the same? So if you enjoy being forced to mask up and behave, generally speaking, like a slave, then by all means vote for the major parties. Knock yourself out. Most of you probably will. But you have to be clear that what you're then doing is you're sealing your own fate, just like those who comply with everything that's been put to them through the media over the past year. So I don't know what you'd be thinking. I mean, there are smaller parties out there, by the way. I'm thinking of, for example, you've got Lawrence Fox in the London mayoral competition, David Curtin's party. You've got For Britain, Anne-Marie's party. I mean, you do have alternatives. You don't have to vote for the big two, if you like. And nor, for that matter, of course, should anyone vote for the absolute lunatics in the Green Party or, generally speaking, in the Lib Dems. So that's your voting choices. So exciting. I can't wait for next week. It's going to be just amazing. Or maybe not. Anyway, that's first thing. Second thing is, on this whole business of the compliance, the masks. I mean, I'm sitting here watching masks all around me. 100% compliance. Yeah. Oh, I see. Jane says the UN are now sending begging letters stating my friends have been given to help to get the vaccine. Yeah. Heads up, everyone. I haven't had the vaccine. I have no intention of having the vaccine. It's up to you whether you decide to have the vaccine or not. Not my business to tell anyone else, but it is my business to be informed. So I simply seek that people be informed. But I was going to say, though, all this compliance would never have happened were it not for the British media, the British press. Oh, thank you very much, Jane. I really appreciate the kind donation. I mean, the thing about all this that keeps me going is, if it wasn't for you folks, I don't know what I would do. Sometimes it's hard continually kicking against the stream, as it were, but I think that you have to do the right thing, don't you? So I don't care what the British press said of me. I don't believe them. They're all been bought off. They are, in essence, Gene, they're prostitutes, all of them. Kim sums it up very adroitly there. Kim, I kind of agree with you. That's pretty much what the choice is. So we've got the excitement or non-excitement of the local elections. The only thing I would say is I do wish my friend Rebecca Butler well in her constituency down in Southampton. But beyond that, honestly, beyond that and a few other people I know at an individual level, I just don't want to see these big parties do well. I suspect, I'll give you my forecast, the Tories will do well. Why is that? It's because Labour are so god-awful. They are so crap. I mean, honestly, if they think that wallpaper is going to score points of the Tories, they're mistaken. Yes, there's corruption in Downing Street. Of course, there always is corruption in Downing Street. But don't think that wallpaper is going to win seats for Labour. It's just not. Yes, the metropolitan elitists, the metropolitan bubble in the media are all excited about it. And yes, I would certainly like to see, the full facts revealed to the public. But honestly, at a time when the country's racking up 6 billion debt, who cares, or more, whatever it is, who cares about wallpaper at 60 grand? I mean, seriously. So I think Labour are going to have a miserable election next week, but I take no satisfaction from that, because that means the Tories will do well, and the Tories have become essentially like a neo-fascist party, as far as I can see. Don't know what you folks think. I think they're like neo-fascists. I think they will not give us the freedoms back that you think. So a lot of people talking about, June the 17th or June 21st, whatever it is, that's Freedom Day. I stuck up a video this morning, I hope you watched it on YouTube, about Tony Blair, the Tony Blair Foundation, the Tony Blair Global Foundation. Patron George Soros, I wonder. The Tony Blair Global Foundation suggesting that government needs to extend the lockdown from mid-June to mid-July, because you can't be too safe. Do you think there's an outside chance Boris would do that? Hands up if you think that or not. Oh, by the way, if you like this, give me the thumbs up, folks, so we beat the YouTube algorithms. Let's fight YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. That smashes their algorithm. So if you haven't hit thumbs up yet, hit thumbs up yet. I think there's enough of you there to do that, or there will be. So do you think it's possible that the lockdown might be extended? Is there anybody on the stream who thinks you're going to be given your freedoms irreversibly back by the second, third week in June? Is there anybody thinks that? And if so, can I direct you to a good psychiatrist so you can have your problems addressed? Because, I see, just reading some of your comments there, the more Blair pipes up, the better. Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, Tony Blair, who, by the way, now resembles, in an uncanny manner, William Hartnell. Some of you may remember William Hartnell. He played the first Doctor Who. The first Time Lord was played by the actor William Hartnell. Google William Hartnell and then look at the most recent photograph of thanks Legacy 1830. I've interrupted you live as you were watching the old YouTubes. By the way, there's another good YouTube coming out, I think round about 1 o'clock. I've got a great YouTube, I think, out on BLM. Why I support BLM. Watch it. Tell me what you think. It's not exactly what you think, but anyway, I had great fun making it. So watch the BLM video that's coming out around about 1 o'clock or so, and there'll be more content from me as well. So you got to have a laugh when you're doing this stuff, But also, I hope, by the way, folks, you, yeah, Picking Gas says he's turning into Nosferatu. Yeah, he is. I remember Nosferatu, the kind of the vampire figure from the early 1930s, I think it was, Dracula films. Do you remember? Well, I mean, I don't remember. I am old, but I'm not that old that I don't remember going to the cinema to see it when it came out about 1932. What else to say to you? I hope you're all watching me on brand new YouTube, by the way. My subscription numbers are going up there. So do watch me. Lots of content there I can't put out on YouTube. So, Gene, that's a good channel to watch me on. And Gene, you're right. Tony Blair did pave the way. He absolutely did. I mean, I try to think who's done the most damage to the UK. Was it Tony Blair or is it Boris Johnson? And in a way, is there any difference between them? Because they're fundamentally the same, aren't they? Blair and Johnson. They're both globalists. They both, have no interest in standing by the principles that many British people have. So I think it took Blair. There's a wonderful thing. One of the nice things about being out in the car is I'm just watching a bird of prey circle in the sky above me, a buzzard, I think, just going round and round. I love to see birds of prey. They're fantastic creatures. The way they just so effortlessly glide through the sky. But yeah, what a lovely sight to see on a Saturday. So it makes a change from, if I look up, I see a bird of prey. If I look down, I see people in masks. running around crying because the Rona might get us if we stop. They're outdoors. There's no chance of them getting coronavirus outdoors, I think, and yet they've got their masks on because they want to stay safe. So look at that. So there we have it. We have elections where I think your choice is dreadful if you choose any of the main parties. We have a media which is complicit in everything that's going on, which is, were it not for the media, they couldn't have got this population like I'm watching it. And I'm sure you watch it too when you're out. I just look around and all I see is sheep everywhere. So it's kind of frightening, and that has been enabled by the British media, British press, British TV. I must do by the way, I know a lot of people may have great hope for the forthcoming TV channel, GB News, hosted with, I think, Andrew Neil is the anchor man of that. I can't say I'm very impressed with some of their signings. I don't particularly hold any high hopes for GB News. That will probably make me massively unpopular, if that's possible. But I just don't have any confidence in for example, I believe GB News have given Femi, what's his name? Femi Uber Remainer. They've given him a job, haven't they? So and they've got some other strange people on the on their books. So will I be watching GB News? Don't think so. It's slightly better than Sky, maybe, but that's not hard. If you had a tub of lard sitting in the studio with a camera trained on it, it would be better than Sky or the BBC. So look, folks, that's it from me for this Saturday. I've got in the habit of doing, I hope you enjoy these little sort of Saturday rants, for want of a better word. Saturday rants from Vance. So I hope you enjoy them. As I say, do make sure you're subscribed to my brand new tube. Also make sure you follow me over on my Telegram. Again, the links are down below. My Telegram channel is growing as well. I'm finding Telegram to be a really good alternative to Twitter, along with Gab, along with Parler. We're gonna folks destroy the big tech tyranny, and the way we're gonna do it is we're ultimately gonna have to get off these platforms that I'm broadcasting, for example, to you on at the moment. Ultimately, but in the meantime, we're going to use these platforms, and that's why I do appreciate your support here. Yes, Jean, people voting for the Green Party is just it's more lunacy. It's no person with critical thinking could ever vote for the Green Party, but then no person with critical thinking could vote for the Tories, or could they vote for Labour or the Lib Dems. Indeed, any of the establishment parties. And as for Cranky's mob in Scotland, as for the SNP, who on earth would want to vote for the SNP? I don't know, someone who hates England, maybe. I know, that's about the only kind of, I think that's their target market, isn't it? Deranged Scottish English haters is the SNP market. I see, by the way, we've had a change of leadership, or we're about to have a change of leadership here in my neck of the woods in Northern Ireland, and that is where the Arlene Foster has fallen, and there's going to be a new party leader, probably at the Assembly, probably Edwin Poots, who actually is an MLA from the very area from which I am broadcasting to you from. So Arlene, unfortunately, was a victim of the Boris's Brexit deal. The minute that border went up the Irish Sea, her fate was sealed. And there you go. So many people turn out to be victims of Boris Johnson, and yet he's the most popular man in the land. I think we need to change the land if that's the case. Anyway, folks, thanks for popping in with me for this brief little oh yeah, Legacy 1830 says, having trouble finding your recent videos in brand new tube. I subscribe, but it's a muddle. Yeah, look, here's the thing, just on this, I'm finishing this. YouTube has had many years to provide this lovely, sophisticated, smooth system that works really well. These new startups, they're not as good in terms of the technical efficiency. They don't deliver the same experience. I've got to tell you that. But here's what I also believe. YouTube, like Twitter and like Facebook, hates people like me and you. It hates you as well. It doesn't want us to be doing this. If you go to YouTube and look for trusted news sources, all you'll get is the legacy media. That's what YouTube wants. That's why I believe for all. Yeah, Jane, you're right. Arlene fell on her own sword whilst knees deep. Yep, 100% agree with that. You have to just accept that, you're not going to make Twitter better, you're not going to make Facebook better, and you're not going to make YouTube better. These huge technopolies have made their bed and they're going to lie in it. So what I believe in the case of YouTube in particular is I'm very happy to use it to direct you to my brand YouTube. You can also get me, of course, on BitChute. You can get me on, till a degree, in Rumble. You can get me in Odyssey. I'm looking at Foxhole. You can get me on Telegram. So there's lots of places you can find me. And the difference between all those platforms and this one is I can speak absolutely freely there. Whereas here, I have to be ever so cautious. And I hate having to censor myself. But if you don't, they'll kick you off, and that's the reality. Good news is, against all the odds, my YouTube channel is growing. So thanks to those who continue to subscribe to me, who continue to support me. Really can't tell you how much I appreciate your help. But as I say, spread the risk, and even though it may be a pain in the bum, subscribe to me on those other channels. Trust me, in the long run, in the next 6 to 12 months, you're going to see the wisdom of this. So stick with me. Anyway, right, I'm off. I'm going to venture amongst the flocks. I've got to go into a big supermarket here, so I have to venture in amongst them, and that's going to be so stressful for me, but needs to be done. Thank you very much for being here with me this morning. Thanks for your support. Thanks for subscribing. Jean, thank you very much. And Julia says she watched me in Unity News. Yeah, actually, I did Unity News Network with David Clues and the gang on Wednesday night, I think it was, and it was good fun. I actually wasn't feeling very well. I haven't been well for the past couple of days. It wasn't coronavirus though. Yeah. So look, thank you all. You're way too kind. My modesty forbids me going on anymore. You all look after yourself. Don't forget, there's a great video coming out on Black Lives Matter around about 1 o'clock on YouTube. So have a look at that, and let me know what you think when I confess, I support Black Lives Matter in a way. Deborah says you turned away from UKIP, the beginning of the end. Some of the nicest people I ever met were UKIP folks. I really like UKIP folks, and a lot of other people as well. I judge politics on an individual basis, to be honest. There's lots of decent people in all parties, but I just don't think you should vote for the big parties. Okay, that's it. You all be good, and stay safe out there, folks, and catch up with you soon. Bye for now.